Let's hop into the film of Falcons' second-year quarterback Michael Penix Jr. This video is a little bit shorter, not because I was lazy, just because the Falcons run the ball a ton and call a very, very easy offense. So just, slant routes, really easy reads. They're not worth breaking down. So I took plays that I thought were worth breaking down and showed off as a whole where Michael Penix Jr. is development-wise. I do want to tip my cap to the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff. The way they're calling the offense, how easy it is, makes it very friendly for a young quarterback like Michael Penix Jr., and it's exactly what they should be doing. But before we get into the video for today, only 2.1% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you are not subscribed, please take a second, hit that subscribe button. But now let's jump into our first play, where we are going to check it down to our running back Tyler Algier in the flat. Overall, I like the fact that Michael Penix Jr. doesn't take too many chances, but on this play, we're going to get a little bit too conservative. We're going to have Drake London on a post, a deep cross from Kyle Pitts, and then we're going to play fake to the running back. He's going to get out to the flat over here. And then on our backside, we are going to have a clear out route from Darnell Mooney, and then our tight end's going to hang out somewhere in this area. But what we need to do on this play is Michael Penix Jr. pretty much just needs to read these linebackers here. They're going to be in some sort of hook zone or curl zone. And if they come up and take Kyle Pitts, the read is to throw it over to Drake London. And if they drop back and take London, then we want to throw it to Kyle Pitts. So that's what we are supposed to be doing on this play. It's going to, how we're going to read this is we're going to read London 1, Pitts 2, and then the check down is going to be 3. So when we snap the ball, we can see that, first of all, building in a play fake to this play entices the linebackers to stay near to the line of scrimmage, which makes them more likely to stay on the Kyle Pitts, which is what they do here, which is going to leave us a really nice window to hit Drake London over the middle of the field. The problem is Michael Penix Jr., for whatever reason, he's looking right at him. For whatever reason, he decides Drake London is not going to be the read here, and he's going to decide to just conservatively check it down to Tyler Algier. You can watch, if you continue to watch Drake London back here, he looks around, he's like, was I not wide open? And he's a little frustrated that doesn't get the ball here. Would like to see Michael Penix Jr. take this shot. One of the reasons why he was taken so early is his arm strength, which is displayed perfectly on this play, on this out route to Kyle Pitts. On this play, we just got to show off the arm strength of Michael Penix Jr. He realizes that he has a one-on-one to the outside with his tight end Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was taken 4th overall. So far, has been a little bit of a bust in his career, but this year, he looks exactly like that oversized wide receiver who's just a mismatched nightmare that he's supposed to be. But what I love about this is Michael Penix Jr. can barely step up into the pocket. He does just a little hop forwards, and that's all he gets. But still, this pass is directly on a line. It has the velocity, the accuracy, and what's very important is it has the trajectory. He didn't lob it in like this. He bullets it low, which means that he has the arm strength to throw passes like that. This is a really good throw. It might just look like, a standard out route, but I thought this play was really impressive to me. Now we are going to have Michael Penix Jr. rolling right on a bootleg, and we're going to find our wide receiver, Drake London. Well, that's not our fault. We made the right read here. Got what would have been a big pickup. Drake London, unfortunately, is not going to hold on to the football at the end of this. Here, we're just going to set up a pretty standard bootleg to the top of the screen, where we're going to have Kyle Pitts on an under route, and then Drake London is going to be running it over. We're going to try to flood this zone over here. We're also going to send Darnell Mooney as a clear out route. So what we're going to do is usually you would read this as you would peek this guy first, but against a depressed corner, a corner who's not in press coverage, and an over the top safety, you're not even going to waste your time peeking that. That's never going to be open. So what we're doing is we're just going to read whatever defender is in this zone. It doesn't necessarily have to be this cornerback, and on this play it's not going to be. So you would, just when you're a quarterback, before the ball snap, you're going to assume either this guy's going to get out here or he's going to get out here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to high-low that zone. Pretty standard stuff. He wants to step up and take Pitts. Then we're going to throw it over his head to London. And then he wants to drop back and take London. Then we will throw the shorter pass to Kyle Pitts. But what we have to remember watching this play is that Michael Penix, or usually when a quarterback rolls to their right, that's easier for them to throw on the run because their right arm is up and they're able to survey the field and do all their stuff. But we have to remember, Michael Penix Jr. is a lefty quarterback, meaning he wants to roll out to his left side, which is going to make this play more difficult for him to roll out to the right side to try to make a throw. So we can see play fake, the Falcons use play fakes to set up their entire offense, rolls to his right, looks like our zone defender is going to be 55, so it's actually going to be neither one of the guys that I highlighted pre-snap. It's going to be this guy right here. It's going to get all the way out here. So we're just going to read him. He's going to get out. Pitts also has a guy on him, but this guy, pretend this the linebacker wasn't here. Pitts would be open, but we're going to read this guy. We can see he's up on Pitts, which means we know the throw is going to be behind to London. The problem is we are rolling the wrong way. It's going to make this play harder of a throw for Michael Penix Jr., but he's got the arm strength to laser that in. This is really impressive for a quarterback who is a lefty to roll right. If we want to watch, what they got to do is he has to flip his shoulders. He wants to get his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, and he wants to just give him the highest chance to create an accurate pass. Great play by Penix. Drake London got to hang on to the football, though. And the final play could be a nice, easy double slant to Drake London, who's going to take it for more yards, run after catch. What's great about the Falcons offense is they're not asking Michael Penix to be Superman. All they're asking him to do is just be a point guard and use these top draft picks that they spent. This play is going to be double slants. Those kind of look like dig routes, but let's live with it. What Michael Penix Jr. is going to do is he just has to read this linebacker right here. He's either going to drop back and take this guy, or if it's not, it's not this linebacker, it's going to be someone else who will drop out. But in this case, it's going to be 58. He's either going to drop back and take Pitts, or he's going to drop back and take away London. And then you're going to throw it to the slant route that's open. And we got to remember, Michael Penix Jr. doesn't have to do everything. Drake London's going to be open. It's just an easy, 10-yard completion, but Drake London takes it for so many more yards. When you have when you've used top draft picks on guys that are as talented as Bijan, London, Kyle Pitts, your quarterback doesn't have to be Superman, which is what the difference in this game was. The Atlanta Falcons asked Michael Penix Jr. just be a point guard, just manage the game, whereas the Vikings, the stuff they were making J.J. McCarthy do was significantly higher level and was ultimately too difficult for J.J. McCarthy to pull off, which is why the Falcons scored 22 points and the Vikings only scored like 6. So Michael Penix Jr., the offense, very, very easy for him, but he's a young quarterback, so it should be very easy for him. The reason why it works for the Falcons and it didn't work for the Vikings on that Sunday Night Football game is because the Falcons were able to run the ball highly effectively and the Vikings were not able to run the ball at all. Michael Penix Jr., his offense, they're going to run first, then they're going to play fake, and hopefully they never have to put him in any obvious passing situations. There will be obvious passing situations in the future. I will be breaking down a better game for Michael Penix Jr. My plan was to do this game, and then I watched it, and I was like, wow, there were just not a whole lot to break down. So I imagine, week 6 or 7 or 8 will be the next Michael Penix Jr. video. But I am excited to see where he's going to go, how he's going to develop, what's he going to look like, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future. But that's what I got for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.